other people to pay their expenses. We all want that. I mean, I would like other people to provide me with a car, with free medical care, or a nice house, travel, all the other types of things. And in a private economy, we set up insurance programs because none of us can anticipate what might happen to us medically. And the proper way to do this is to have basically catastrophic medical insurance, but that can be done perfectly well in the private sector. Same thing with retirement. What's the retirement age here in Bulgaria now?
63.
63. Okay, the world's first retirement program was set up in Germany by Bismarck, 130 years ago, and Bismarck picked the age of 65. Why? Because he had the German demographers study the population, and back then virtually nobody lived to 65, so he said, okay, you have retirement if you happen to make it to 65. Nowadays, virtually everybody makes it to 65, and particularly if you're a woman, you'll probably make it well into your 80s. But medical technology is changing so rapidly that we're very close to stopping what we can call a problem of people getting old. And people in relatively few years are not going to get old in sort of a normal medical sense, in that you'll essentially almost be able to live forever, because with the gene therapies, the new cell therapies, the human genome projects and things, they're going to be to correct those things which cause people to age. And let's assume here that typically the people here in this room today, I wouldn't be at all surprised that the average life expectancy of this group here will be 120. You may say that sounds fanciful, but I do keep up with the great advances in medical science in the U.S. and elsewhere, and this whole gene therapy is moving so quickly. There will be not only slowing down of aging, but reversal. Okay, what does that mean? If you live to be age, or if you retire at 63 and you live to be 126, are you going to spend half your life in retirement? If you are, who's going to pay for that? And particularly in a place like Bulgaria, you have a low birth rate. In the U.S., we're a little better off because we have lots of immigrants, and so we have a lot of young people coming in from around the world to pay for the people on retirement. But you don't have that here. And so what has to happen? You have to set up a system where you allow for basically your own retirement. The ideal system is like Jose Pinera developed for Chile, which has been in existence for 30 years, and now more than 30 countries have it. It works very well. You set aside your own account, and you pick your own retirement age, and probably in the future, you'll work for, a few decades. You decide to take some time off and maybe learn a whole new discipline, or take an extended vacation, then go back into the workforce, but you'll have the freedom to go in and out, but you have to have your own retirement account. You can't expect others to pay for you because the demographics and the advances in medical technology will not allow this. It's not a matter of ideology. It's a matter of basic arithmetic. And the politicians have to confront that. It's not a left-right issue. And I see some of these socialists say, well, we're not going to have any cutbacks in medical care, and we're going to provide everything for everybody. I'm sorry, the mathematics don't work. And any grade school kid who's gotten his basic mathematics should be able to figure out, hey, that's not feasible. And so we have to change. Anyway, I'm optimistic about Bulgaria. I'm pessimistic about most of the world's major economies because I don't see the fundamental political changes being made that are necessary to be made in all the major countries and most of the EU countries. And I just hope those of you in Bulgaria, since you are in a position, you're in a better position than most of the competing countries to maintain fiscal integrity, but you've got to make the basic changes again in retirement and the other transfer payments, medical transfers and so forth, and keep that budget deficit under control and make sure your debt GDP ratio doesn't rise, And if you do that, if you maintain good fiscal management here, in a few years after the country's come out of the crisis, Bulgaria will be standing very tall and be in a much better position than most of the other countries. And your per capita incomes could very quickly be as high as any of the countries in Western Europe.